Something big is brewing on the mean streets of Gotham, a groundbreaking twist in comic book history, the kind of game changer that could send shockwaves through the comic world. Comic fans will know that in the original Batman number 428, part of the A Death in the Family storyline, Jason Todd, the second Robin, is lured into a trap by the Joker. The clown prince of crime beats him brutally with a crowbar and then leaves him to die in an explosion, which did in fact happen. It was one of the Joker's greatest and most vicious victories. Now imagine this, an alternate version of the infamous A Death in the Family, where Jason Todd lives. It's the kind of twist that leaves you wondering if reality itself has taken a detour through the Twilight Zone. This opens up many possibilities for the character and what that could mean in DC's future. But before we dive headfirst into this thrilling unknown, we're taking a trip down memory lane. We're going to peel back the layers of Jason Todd's past, explore the controversy, and uncover the legacy of his original fate. Now, let's set the stage. We're talking about a kid named Jason Todd, a scrappy, rebellious Robin following in the footsteps of the legendary Dick Grayson. But there was a problem. Jason, he had a fire in him, a burning recklessness that didn't sit well with the readers. They say the devil's in the details, and in Jason's case, it was the devil may care attitude. Readers? Well, they weren't thrilled with this character. They wanted something different, something more controlled. And so, DC decided to put it to a vote. A choice that'd send shockwaves through the comic world. In a move as audacious as Batman prowling the midnight streets, they set up a 900-number hotline. You could call in, cast your vote, and decide the fate of young Jason Todd. It was democracy, or so they said. But let me tell you folks, it wasn't a fair fight. 10,614 votes were cast, and it was tight, real tight. A mere 72 votes tipped the scales, deciding whether Robin would live or die. It's the kind of controversy that'd make even the toughest of hard-boiled detectives raise an eyebrow. Rumor has it that some of those votes for Jason's death weren't on the up and up, the stink of a single mastermind pulling the strings, but like so many secrets in this city, it remained hidden in the shadows. What happened next, you ask? Well, that's the real kicker. They produced two versions of Batman number 428. A twisted duality to match Gotham's very essence. One where Jason met his end, and another that collected dust, locked away in the vaults. That is until now. 35 years later, DC will be releasing the unpublished ending in which Jason actually survived the issue, and readers are finally going to be able to see what happened in an alternate reality on December 12th of this year. So what happened after Jason was killed, you ask? To understand that, you have to understand the importance that Robin played in Batman's life. Robin, they said, was iconic, a symbol of hope in the darkest of nights, a partner to the caped crusader, and a sidekick to one of Gotham's finest. But when they pulled the plug on that kid, the city cried out in anguish. They say every man has his demons, even the Dark Knight. But when Robin's light was snuffed out, a darkness descended on Batman that was colder, meaner, and more relentless than ever before. The fallout was nothing short of a revelation. It became clear as the bat signal blazing in the night sky that Batman needed Robin to keep him from falling into that abyss, to remind him that even the darkest of nights could have a flicker of humanity. DC Comics. They didn't just kill a character, they tore a hole in the heart of Gotham. They shook the very foundations of the Batman mythos, revealing a vulnerability that not even the Bat himself could escape. Robin's demise. It was a turning point, a chilling reminder that no one in this city, not even its protector, was safe from the darkness that loomed. And as for Batman, he'd never be the same again. Just when you thought this Robin story was over, the curtains rose once more, and from the ashes, a new player emerged. Jason Todd, the kid we thought was 6 feet under, well, he came back with a vengeance, a resurrection like a phoenix rising from the ashes. But this time, he didn't return as Robin. Oh no, folks, he had a new name. Red Hood, a vigilante with a bone to pick, a score to settle, and a taste for vengeance as cold as a winter's night in Gotham. The impact? Oh, it was seismic. Batman, he found himself facing a former ally turned adversary, a mirror image of his own dark desires. Red Hood wasn't your run-of-the-mill hero. He was something darker, more complex, an anti-hero, a wild card in the deck. Gotham, it couldn't turn away. Fans, they couldn't look away. Jason Todd's transformation into the Red Hood, it resonated, my friends. It was like the city itself, torn between light and shadow, good and bad, hope and despair. The story of Jason Todd, of the Red Hood. It wasn't confined to the pages of a comic book. It bled into other realms, like ink staining a pristine page. It found life in animated films, and even in the sprawling Arkham Knight video game. The legacy of a character. It isn't etched in stone. It's a living, breathing thing, shaped by the times, by the creators, and by the fans who dare to dream. And we were standing on the precipice of a new chapter. If you're enjoying this content, please be sure to hit the like button. Now folks, the future. It's a shadowed alley, a place where anything can happen. What lies ahead in the DC universe? Well, that's a riddle even the Riddler couldn't crack. We're standing at the crossroads, and the possibilities are as infinite as the stars in the night sky. The survival of Jason Todd. It's a door, and behind it, who knows what lurks. Theories, they swirl like smoke in a jazz club, my friends. Some say we could be in for a feast of what-if type comics. Imagine the possibility of a continuation book, a new timeline where the surviving Jason's story unfolds like a jigsaw puzzle. It's a twist that could send shockwaves through the Batman mythos, altering its very core. So, my friends, we stand at the precipice of a mystery, a tale that's still unfolding, with secrets waiting to be unearthed. The night is young, the story far from over, and the storm, well, it's just beginning to brew. But I want your ideas, detectives. What do you think DC should do next? Should they do a continuation comic, or maybe just a one-shot series? Are you excited for this tale, or should they have kept this alternate comic buried? Leave a comment below, and I promise to respond to all comments left. Until next time, detectives, stay sharp, stay vigilant, and remember, in this city, the night is always young.